Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 8 of my Orlando City series, Building a Dynasty. Okay, so things are going very, very well. The last episode, the live com against New York, was quite good, and we were in half-decent form there. And since then, we have just absolutely kicked on. I'll show you the league table, first of all. We've got the conference there, we're coming first. Two games in hand over New England, who are in second, and we have a massive 7 point difference between us, and that's not including the two games in hand we have over them as well. So potentially it could be 13, which would just be huge. In the other conference, you got Vancouver, who are sitting first on 43 points. They have one more game to play before they hit that 23 games played mark, and yeah, they're on 43. So yeah, we're actually going to be sitting first. From now and hopefully in the future as well. If we win one of our games in hand over them, we will still be first in the Supporters Shield. So anyway, let's get into the fixtures now. Of course, we left you with the New York City live com in the previous episode. The next game was a Columbus Crew home game, and we won that game 3-0. Breck Shea with 2 goals and a Pogatet's own goal. We then beat New England at home as well. Nice little 2-0 victory there. Alexander, and again another own goal by Sean Kennedy this time. We then beat Toronto FC in Toronto. Nice little 3-1 victory there as well. Breck Shea with another brace. Apara in the 90th minute. Gilberto got a penalty, and Bradley got sent off for 2 yellows in the 39th minute. We then disappointingly lost to San Jose under-23s. It was at home as well in the US Open Cup. As you can see, went to a penalty shootout, and Zat Knight, the player who actually wants to leave the club for whatever reason, he said that he's homesick. I tried to give him a month off to go and, recuperate himself, find himself, whatever he wanted. And he basically said that would make things worse. I want to leave anyway. Obviously, I'm not letting him leave, but he's just constantly upset. Every team talk I do, he responds badly to it. Yeah, so not good. He is 35 as well, and was perfectly fine when I signed him last season, so I have no idea why that's coming up. But anyway, we lost to them on penalties in the third round. So once again, we're knocked out as soon as we enter the competition to a team that we should be beating. Mind you, I did play... Sorry, I'll just go back into it for a sec. I did play quite a second string team. I had Olsen starting. Redding started as well. Spiedelberg started. Ayala started over... what's his name? Kaka there. Brought Laren on as well, which is... yeah, not really that good. But anyway, probably should have won it, but who really cares? It's only the US Cup. We then beat New York 3-0 at home. Very impressive result. Alan Simpson, Sean Saavedra, and Carlos Rivas on the score sheet for us there. Absolutely dominated them. We then drew 3 games in a row. First up against Los Angeles. All 3 of these games were away as well. Steven Gerrard, free kick, absolutely perfect free kick. I cannot... as soon as he stepped up and I saw his name, I was like, this is a goal. And I wasn't disappointed. Well, I was disappointed, but yeah, not with the quality of the free kick. It's taken a while, but it's worth it. It's worth it. As you can see, Ramos actually picked up man of the match performance in this game with, I think he assisted that goal. Anyway, free kick. Boom, absolute rocket. And yeah, that was that. So like I said, very good goal, and I'm pressing back here. Need to go back again. So yeah, 1-1 draw. Gerrard scored their goal, and Rivas scored our goal. I wasn't too upset with it. We then drew with Houston away. 0-0 draw, pretty boring, not a lot to say. We then drew again with Seattle this time. Chad Barrett scored in the 45th, and then Rivas scored 1 minute later in the 46th. We then destroyed Real Salt Lake 4-0 away from home, finally ending those three draws in a row. Rivas with a brace, Apara and Alexander on the score sheet. Hendry Thomas was sent off, but it was in the 89th minute, so it didn't really matter. And the final game I played was a home game against San Jose. Nice little 1-0 victory there. We really had to grind that out. Rivas was on the score sheet. Orozco is actually a regen, half decent as well. Picked up man of the match performance for his impressive defensive displays. Okay, so that leaves us with our live com today, which will be against New York Red Bulls, as you probably read in the title. They're not having the greatest of seasons, but I do respect them as a club. You know, Thierry Henry played there, and I mean, one of my favourite players of all time, so got to give him some credit at least. Anyway, let's get into it. I should also mention that I've had a couple of offers for my players. Breck Shea picked up an offer from, I think it was, I'll have to check because I don't actually remember, but he picked up an offer and someone else, I forget who it was. Might not have been an offer actually, it might have been interest. But there was definitely a bid in for Breck Shea. I think it might have been a Para as well. Either that, I think he might have complained that he wants to join, yeah that's it, he wants to join Maritimo. So I put fairly hefty asking prices on both of those players. So hopefully that, will deter the bid. But the starting lineup today will be Martinez in goals, Ramos, who is pretty much our first team right back as always now. Disappointingly, we're going to have to play Reading today, the 19-year-old centre-back. Zat Knight has picked up a 2-week injury from the previous game. And then he's going to be partnered by Apara, who is pretty much our vice-captain. Tierney will be our left-back as always. Our midfield will consist of Alexander and Saavedra, who have really, put in good performances this season, being really solid in the centre of our midfield. We're going to have Kaka starting just ahead of them, who has come on leaps and bounds, still picks up a little injury here and there, and quite often gets knocks during games. We've got Simpson on the right wing, Breck Shea as always on the left wing, and Rivas, who has finally found his scoring boots. The bench today will be Tally Hall, Spielberg, Alston, Okugo, Kalaba, who made his debut in the previous game, played quite well as well, Tim Doyle and Kyle Larin. Let's go. Apparently their key man is Robbie Rogers, who is a fullback. And Orlando City have only conceded 3 goals in the 10 games Martinez has played in. 3 goals in 10 games have conceded. That is ridiculous. Alright, we're just going to do a team talk, get the boys, we'll try and get them a bit fired up for this one. I think Red Bulls are coming 16th overall, which is quite poor by their standards. And I think they actually lost the last game 5-2 to Los Angeles Galaxy, so I think they'll be looking to try and rectify and get a result here today against us. But Rivas is in behind. Pretty decent save there by Robles, who I'm familiar with from my Everton series, despite getting rid of him fairly early on. Tucker, Simpson, back out to Tierney, and that's cleared away. And Tom Redding has picked up a foul. Okay. I should also mention, guys, I'm actually getting sick at the moment. I think I'm getting the flu. So I'm going to try and build up a stockpile of episodes that are going to be ready to go, because I think it's going to be quite a bad illness, and Kaka has almost scored there. Really decent save. So yeah, going to build up some episodes, because I really want to get back to, uploading. Oh, what a shot! Rivas almost scored there. I want to get back to uploading consistently. I've been away for a while from the whole YouTube scene, and I'm totally enjoying being back. I really am. Rivas, and it's belted away. And Alan Simpson has picked up a knock. Simple solution. Alexander's conditioning looks horrible there. He must have picked up a knock himself, but hopefully he can recover from that somewhat. No, he can't, because he's just picked up an actual injury. That's lovely. And I'm going to have to make my sub again. Tim Doyle. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. Chacon has also picked up an injury, which is disappointing. That's why Doyle is actually on the bench today. I was tossing it up between himself and the other bloke, Hernandez, the youngster. But I went for him. He's a bit better and can also offer us, a decent striker. A bit better than I think Laren is, actually. Oh, and Saavedra's doing brilliantly there. Pass it, son. Pass it, son. Come on. Oh, wasted option. Oh, what a pass. Oh, I take that back. What a pass that was. Horrible finish, but what a pass. Saavedra, again, and he loses out. But he gets it back. I don't know what happened there. And he's giving it away again. Lovely. That is just lovely. And the end of the highlight. And now Breck Shea's picked up an injury as well. And that'll mean we'll have to bring Laren on and swap Laren and Rivas so that Rivas can play left wing. Because we don't have anyone else that can play there, actually. And something I've realised that's really bad about the squad. And not to mention, we've also just made all 3 subs already in the first half through injuries. And the injuries haven't really been, affecting us too much throughout this season, which is probably why. Oh my god! I don't even know. I don't even know. Laren's now injured. We're down to 10 men. And oh my god! You've got to be shitting me. Kaka has just picked up a knock himself. I can't take him off because that'll just completely ruin us. And yeah, really worried. Really, really worried about that. That's not good. So pretty much gone from having no injuries apart from Chacon and Zat Knight, which are both short injuries, to having another 4 players potentially injured from this game. That is just horrible. Anyway, I'm rambling on a lot. And I would love us to at least hold on for the draw here. But it looks like it's not going to be, and Stadler has just scored. So yeah, 4 injuries. Was it 4? No, it's 5 injuries now with Kaka. I cannot count for some reason. And that's a poor ball. Saavedra, come on, son. What was that? Oh, God. And Felipe's in behind. That'll be 2-0. Yep. 2-0 it is. And that will pretty much be all she wrote, I think. May as well take Kaka off now, actually. We're not going to come back from this, and there's not a lot of point him being out there. So yeah, not a lot else to say, really. I mean, can't really commentate when you have 5 players getting injured in one game. That's a brilliant tackle there by Apara, though. Oh! Was that a save? Oh, it doesn't really matter because Wright Phillips has put it in. And that's 3-0. This result is like actually just crushing me inside. We've played so well, pretty much gone 15 games without a loss. And I come into this live com now, pick up all these injuries, and pretty much the team looks retarded. And we're probably going to concede here again. No, good save by Martinez there. I really would wish this game would just end, to be honest. I'm just going to tell the boys to concentrate. Hopefully that just stops him conceding another goal. Akugo now. Rivas gets tackled by Salinas. Felipe, off the post. It was nearly 4-0. I guess that goes to show how important Zat Knight is for our defence, I suppose. Conceded 3 goals without him. Not to mention we have 2 players off the field. Down to 9 men. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be all she wrote. So there we go, full-time 3-0 loss to New York. Didn't deserve it. Didn't deserve it at all. I'm just going to say we're unlucky there because that just was ridiculous. I mean, as you can see by the stats, we were pretty much in the game by those standards. Like, it was pretty much exactly even, which is ridiculous, despite, what had happened to us. But anyways, guys, that's going to end the episode. I know it's very disappointing, but, we're playing well this season. We're going to turn that result around in the next game, hopefully. Let's just have a look at our inbox. I just want to see. Alright, so Kaka's out for 4 weeks. That's 1 month. We've got Simpson out for 2 weeks. Breckshay out for about 8 days. So pretty much a week. And, yeah, that'll do us, guys. I don't think I'm going to put him on the list. Simply because if I put him on the disabled list, he'll be out for 6 games instead of the potential 4 games that he might be out through his injury. So I'm going to ignore that. And yeah, that's it, guys. Drop a like if you would. That'd be amazing. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.